The sacrificing placenta. The human body is very special. The placenta in the human female body best exemplifies selfless service. This organ is marvelously complex and profoundly important. After the egg is fertilized, the placenta is the very first organ to develop. Did you know that? Very first organ to develop. When the fertilized egg divides to form the first two cells, one is already destined to form the placenta, while the other becomes the baby. Pretty important. One of the first functions of the placental giant cell is to invade the uterine wall of the mother in an amazing process called implantation. I'll be very delicate in this, but we do need to know this. Over the next few weeks, the developing placenta begins to make hormones, critically important, that control the mother's physiology in a way that ensures the proper supply of nutrients and oxygen for the baby's growth. But it does more than that. We knew it did that. Since the baby and the placenta are genetically unique and distinctly different from the mother, one of the placenta's important roles is to protect the developing baby from an attack by the mother's immune system. I mean, things are going on that we just never dreamed about. Watch. How this is done remains a medical mystery, and much of the answer lies in the fact that the mother's blood and the baby's blood are protected from direct contact by this amazing placenta. Did you get the last sentence? The mother's blood and the baby's blood get very close to each other. You're going to learn in a moment. So that nutrients enter and waste products exit. But they never touch. You got it? Do you understand that Joseph was not the father of Jesus? He was his father guardian, but he was not his biological father. Do you understand that the blood of Jesus Christ shed on the cross was not Mary's blood? It never came in contact with Mary's blood. But thank God for Mary. Thank God for that precious teenage girl. Okay, the placenta. Wow. Protecting direct contact. This amazing placenta. After implantation, the placental giant cell invades the walls of several uterine arteries and veins, causing the mother's blood to flow through channels within the placental cell. When the baby develops its own blood, that's critically important because of the deity of Jesus Christ. God knew what he was doing. When the baby develops its own blood and blood vessels, the mother's blood and the blood of the developing baby come in close association, but they never mix or come into direct contact. A thin, seamless, and selective barrier between maternal blood and fetal blood is formed. All the critically important nutrients, gases, hormones, electrolytes, and antibodies that pass from the mother's blood to the baby's blood must travel across this seamless and selective filter. Selective. Waste products in the baby's blood must in turn pass across this filter to the mother's blood. With the help of the mother's blood, the placenta must function as the baby's lungs, kidneys, digestive system, liver, and immune system. Wow. But what happens to that placenta? It is sacrificed. Do you know that in some of the New Age movement in the United States for the last 4 or 5 decades, there is a ceremony after the birth where in their backyard on the barbecue grill, just got to know how wicked this thing is. Aren't you thankful for Jesus? And thankful for the Bible? Do you know that in the New Age movement, there is a practice of taking the afterbirth, the placenta, grilling it, and the whole family eats it. That is cannibalism in its worst, guys. I just left Fiji that 150 years ago was the cannibal capital of the world. But cannibalism is practiced in the United States. We need to get close to the Bible and be different. Okay. It's important to note that the blood clotting mechanism is suppressed in the placenta. This is vitally important. And the uterine blood vessels during pregnancy, creating a situation comparable to a hemophiliac with about 20 severed arteries. Mothers, thank you. Thank you. You went to death's door to get us here. Creating a situation, 20 severed arteries. Miraculously, each of the severed uterine arteries has a precisely placed muscular sphincter that acts like a purse string or a surgeon's hemostat to immediately close off. With a surgeon, it's like that. Purse string, it's like that. To immediately close off the loss of blood at the time of birth. Otherwise, in birthing us, you would have died. You would have bled to death. Nothing short of the work of God can explain the wondrous function of this selfless organ.